Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to TSUKIHIME. We are onto a brand new day. And as you can expect, after a lovely late night that we had in the past couple episodes, we are again somewhat in trouble. More specifically, we're in trouble because of this woman who, there's a little bit of a misunderstanding from 2 episodes ago, but that's okay. Everybody will move on and, eventually everybody in the mansion won't have the wrong idea about Arcuied. It'll just take time. Hisui sees me off when I leave the mansion. I'm a little worried about Akiha, but I don't think running after her would have helped, considering the root of her anger is Arcuied. Though I feel bad, and I'll have to wait until this vampire business is over. Honestly, yeah. That has now taken a lot of precedence here. Is telling her everything an option? No, not really. She may not believe me, but maybe I should tell her about the vampires. They do endanger all of Soya after all. I take my phone out of my pocket as I walk. It wouldn't make for the most credible source, but I could write everything I know on some message board. Any interpretation would be up to the reader. Yelling at people to try to get them to believe you will only have the opposite effect. But if it's on the net, it may at least reach urban legend status. No, we're busy. We're trying to spread rumors and shit. Well, not rumors, but I stop. Turning around. Oh, this is a character that we saw in our transition from arc to arc phase that we saw. The cleanup crew, if you will. There's a sharp-dressed man that I've never seen before. He's got a point. At most, the road leading up to the Tohno mansion may see a couple cars passing by from time to time. Honestly, that's kind of lit. Yeah, you got to appreciate being kind of secluded, or in a more secluded area where there's not really a whole lot of homes. You won't get a lot of traffic of any kind. But the only ones actually walking the street are probably me and our housekeepers.
Now
Huh, alright. Well, I keep my distance. It's not because his overly casual way of talking bothers me. I'm actually more scared of just how serious he is. It's like every word is carefully crafted to ensure that I will let my guard down. A little bit now, yeah. The man hops from side to side, holding his crotch. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, come on, he's kind of fitting the bill here. There's a child with him. Behind the man is a boy who looks about 12 years old. He must be the one who kicked him in the balls. That's usually how I identify wealthy people. What is happening? Maybe I should call the cops?
I
don't know. I don't know. If I was in Shiki's shoes, nah, I'd be calling the cops. Fuck this shit. I look up from my phone already halfway through dialing the number to call the authorities. The man is holding out a black ID. It may be my first time ever seeing one, but I still recognize it as a badge.
警察手帳って、もしかして刑事さん？
そうだよ。怪しいもんじゃないよ。刑事さんだよ。警視庁捜査第一課、安藤優吾。なのにさ、昨日から門前払いでさ。こっちはちょっと話を聞きたいだけなのに、アポ取れって一点張りでさ。なんで仕方なく国道で張り込みしてたわけ。
I've never seen a more suspicious detective in my life. Well, detectives tend to be a little bit more on the suspicious sides, no? Well, still though, regardless of whether that badge is real or not, I'd like to know more about why he's been staking out my house. What should I do? I'm not really in the mood, but I'll ask him what he wants. These guys are bad news, I'll just ignore them. The curious side of me would like to do choice number one, but the I want to be on the safe side and not, fuck with shit, would probably go for option 2. Would there be any real harm if we did option number 1? The problem is, I don't actually know if this guy is who he says he is. Kind of because of what we saw in that intermission scene, right? Like, that doesn't add up. This is kind of a tricky one. Oh, by the way, with that choice where I couldn't choose option number 2 of the 3 about what to, talk with Arcuied about the previous night. So somebody did clarify in the comments. Thank you, by the way, to whoever you are. I've already forgotten. Yes, I'm not allowed to choose option number 2 right now of those 3. We're not allowed to ask about the ancestors or whatever it was. Not sure when that will unlock, but I don't get to ask that right now. But we can ask either one of these. So, let's see. We can maybe not, reveal all the details about ourselves here, but talk, or just outright ignore them. We do need information, though, and I don't think they're out here to, kill us. But obviously, there is something unique about them, right? I mean, there's not going to be a kid with a detective, right? There's more going on here. Let's go with option number 1. Fuck it. I'll try to figure out what they're doing. Unless I find out what they're after, I won't know how to deal with them.
俺でよければ話ぐらいは聞きますけど、要件は何ですか？
北口駅前の火災のことだよ。ほら、当日と翌日まで現場を仕切ってた警備会社、お宅の子会社でしょ？もう引き上げちゃったけど、当日の責任者と話をしたいんだよね。連絡先とかわかる？
そうだったんですか。それは知りませんでした。ですので、俺には分かりかねます。
なに、長男なのに知らないの？そりゃ困った。やっぱり妹さんの方が実権握ってるわけ？
I mean, yeah, that should be the public story, right? There's no need to hide that information.
どうしてそんな話を？口頭無形だとは思いますけど、あの火災の原因は東野グループの過失だとでも？
そんな方針は持ってない。ありゃどっから見ても自然発火だし。問題は別っていうか、お家の人ならバラしてもいいか。もう知ってるだろうしね。
Ooh, I feel like we might be learning something that, we weren't supposed to know, maybe.
昨日さ、地下陥没の瓦礫の下からちょっと良くないというか意味わかんないもんが出てきてね。鑑識もお手上げ状態でさ、記録だと10年くらい前に当の牧久が相場を上回る高額で買い取ったとある。そのあたりの事情聞きたいんだよね。なんで駅前の一等地を買っておいて公園になんかしちゃったのかなとか。
俺には何とも。牧久は亡くなりましたので、話はそれだけですか？
いや、妹さんに取り継いでくれないの？ちゃんと身分と目的話したよね。
No, we're good.
あいにく妹は忙しい身なのでお引き取りください。話がしたいのならしかるべき手続きをしてからどうぞ。
Honestly, That went really well. I'm pretty content with that choice. I turn on my heel and start down the hill. Now I know what they're after. While I don't know the details, there's no way I'm letting such a shady detective meet with Akiha.
Oi!
Uh-oh, forgot the kid was there. A higher-pitched voice calls out to me. I was planning on ignoring him since he's with that weird detective, but something about the boy's voice makes me hesitate.
正義感も結構だが、部をわきまえな。人間らしい死に方をしたいんなら、この辺りが引き際だぜ。
What do you mean by that?
なんだって。
That gets me to stop and look back. Did he say a human's death?
何が言いたいんだ。
言いたいことは今ので全部だ、マヌケ。これで聞かなきゃ勝手に死んでな。ほら、帰るぞ、アンド。いい加減食事時だ。ケーキ食わせろ、ケーキ。チーズと蜂蜜たっぷりなやつな。
仰せのままに。なんで俺、日本に来てまでボンボンのおもりしてんだろうな。
Okay, well, fuck us, I guess. The strange pair get into a car parked alongside the road and drive down towards the station. I mean, come on, there has to be a connection with everything that's been going on behind the scenes here, right? Like I said, we saw them in that scene. I'm pretty sure that kid was there too. Looks like the mansion was under police surveillance. I don't know if it's necessarily police, but... Oh, and they said something about the land north of the station being owned by the Tohno family?
いや、ただの偶然だ。
It has to be. The only reason that place collapsed is because Arcuied acted before thinking. There's no connection between what happened near the station and who owns the land. I gulp down the apprehension rising in my throat. Pulling myself together, I begin my long descent. Well, I want to say we gained a little bit there. Just a little. I'm hoping my curiosity's paying off here this time. And not getting us killed. You know, hoping for the latter, at least. The rest of my day has been normal so far. It's fourth period, social studies, ew. Our teacher recites dry textbook material from the front of the room. As I listen to the lecture, I take full advantage of my window seat and stare at my reflection. Of course we have the window seat. Why wouldn't we? I'm so glad we do, because that makes us the main character. If we didn't have the window seat, I'd have to start asking questions, honestly. I can't focus. It's not that the lesson is boring. Well, it in fact is. I just can't wrap my head around everything that's happened outside of school. A fire that claims so many lives. A vampire terrorizing our home. How can I sit in class while knowing the truth about all this? The answer is obvious. I'm abnormal. Most people would either lock themselves in their homes or run away. Yet here I am, still trying to have a normal life. Trying to convince myself that vampires aren't worth giving up the life that I've led up until now. But the truth is, I'd feel guilty giving this up. Why are we thinking about this man? It makes me think about that conversation that I had with Goto Saiki. To put it in his terms, education is an investment in one's future. Abandoning the future for a little safety now would be getting my priorities backwards. Besides, I'm living on the Tohno family's dime. I owe it to them to at least show up to school. It's not just my duty, it's my obligation. I don't know if I'm being overly compliant or stubborn, or just stupid. Or maybe all of it. Master told me to become a person who does what he thinks is right. I intend to follow her advice. Having a normal life like this is part of that too. I squint my eyes at the sun filtering through the window. There's only 20 minutes left till the end of fourth period. Fifth period will be my last class for today. My thoughts drift to how I'll be working with Arcuied again once night falls. The face in the window's reflection smiles back at me. I wipe the stupid grin off my face. Our nighttime patrols aren't for fun, so why am I smiling like an idiot? I mean, I enjoy our times with Arcuied despite the, the crazy bullshit. There's gotta be a limit to my daydreaming. I've even started hallucinating about her now. I can practically see her gracefully crossing the schoolyard. She's actually crossing the schoolyard, isn't she? Wait, are you freaking kidding me? I lean over a little to get a better look, careful not to interrupt class, or to be noticed for that matter. Please tell me my eyes are playing tricks on me. Nope, not a hallucination. Regrettably, I'm still sane. Any way you cut it, this is reality. So the question becomes whether that damn vampire has gone completely bonkers. What am I supposed to do? What is she planning? Will my school life be able to survive if I leave her unsupervised? Deep breaths. Calm down. Everything's okay. The other students haven't noticed, and I don't hear any nearby classes making a fuss. Thankfully, it looks like she's only visible from this classroom. That's convenient. This goddamn weapon of mass destruction. Cradling my head, I curse her with all my heart. But that isn't going to help me fix this mess. There's 20 minutes until lunch. I can't even imagine the chaos that she could wreak with that much time on her hands. Fuck. I'll intercept her with all I've got, focus on class with all I got, or ignore her with all I've got. Let's go intercept her. The goddess of war favors the swift. This growling calamity needs to be nipped in the bud. I should get her out of here before she causes some kind of trouble.
先生、気持ち貧血なので保健室に行ってきます。
Hands balled into fists, I single-mindedly make my way to the door. There's no time to wait for the teacher's permission. I slip out of the room while everyone's still trying to register what happened. Hey, at least it gets their attention, 100% totally away from the window.
来た来た。そんな全力で走ってくるなんて、仕切ったら元気なんだ。
I stare at her, gobsmacked. When did she get here? She must have looped all the way around from the schoolyard to the courtyard. Thank goodness there aren't any classrooms facing this direction.
でも、学校って狭くてシンプルなんだね。
I fear what would have happened if we just kind of ignored her. Would she have tried to get into the school, find our classroom?
外から見た感じ、もっと硬くて頑丈で、アリ塚みたいにバーッと広がってると思ったのにな。これじゃ普通の建物だよね。うん、子犬っぽい感じで私は好きだけど。
お前、ちょっと来い。
There's no time for pleasantries. I take Arcuied's hand and start running without another word. You gotta love how oblivious she is to, the world in a way. Our destination is behind the gym, far away from prying eyes. We'll stand out too much if I lead her out the main gate. The back entrance is my best bet.
ちょっと、こんなところに連れ込んでどういうつもり？ここ、全然面白くない。
That's sort of the point. Arcuied isn't happy, but it's not like any part of the campus is fun in the first place.
どういうつもりか。そりゃこっちのセリフだ。お前歩く爆弾かなんかなのか。
歩く爆弾って私が？
Honestly, I kind of love it whenever she does the thing with her ears. It's just there. It's happening.
それでも控えめな描写だよ。なんだって昼間から歩き回って、かつ俺の学校にやってきてるんだ。お前、昼間は弱くなるんだろう。傷だって治ってないよな。
それはそうだけど。
Wait, she does more things with the ears? Incredible game.
シキが手伝ってくれるんだし、昼間のうちに手がかりを見つけておこうかなって。
So that led you here?
昨日みたいにシキに無駄なことはさせられ。
それこそ余分な気遣いだっての。協力すると言った以上、どんな作業だって一緒にやるんだから、夜ま俺を心配させて楽しいのか、お前は。
うん。ごめんなさい。
Wow. She admits it.
いや、分かってくれればいいって。アルクエイド。
だから心配させてごめんなさい。
I could swear I just heard my heart emit a single audible thump. I never thought she'd apologize. Honestly, I was expecting this to escalate. What am I even supposed to do if she's looking at me like that?
でも四季も悪いんだよ。下からずっと見てたのに私に気がついてくれないんだもの。
I mean, I'm assuming that he was focusing on class.
どこから中に入っていいのかわからないし、いっそのこと四季のいるとこまで駆け上がるところだったんだから。
Okay, honestly, good thing we just didn't ignore her.
いや待て、駆け上がるって3階の俺の教室まで。
ええ、デコボコもあって足場には困りそうにないし、飛びやすいでしょ、あそこ。
I take it back. She's as clueless as ever.
助かった。そんなことされてたら授業どころの話じゃなかった。
I let out a relieved sigh. She probably went mostly unnoticed out in the schoolyard.
とにかく反省したんならいい。それでうちの学校に何の用なんだよ。手がかりを探しているとか言ってたけど。
何ってただの調査よ。ローラー作業ってやつ。死者の気配がないんだもの。足で手がかりを見つけないとね。
それはご苦労様。今が夜だったらなお言うことないけどな。
次からは気をつけるわ。それでこの辺りを歩いているうちに四季の匂いがして、そういえばここって四季の通っている学校なんだって気がついたらつい。
Yeah, that's only slightly weird.
校庭
Only
に入って
slightly.
きたと。猫かと思ったけど犬かお前は。
失礼ね。ちゃんと確証があったからやってきたのよ。他の場所に比べてここは死者の気配がないんだもの。どんなものか実際に見ておかないとまずいでしょ。
いやまずくないだろう。死者の気配がないんなら関係ないってことなんだから。実際学校では事件も事故も起きないし、夜になると誰もいなくなる。死者が人間を襲おうとしたら学校じゃなく街に出るだろう。
まあそういえばそうだけど。
ここに異常なんかないよ。吸血鬼の気配はわからないけど、俺だって死を見る目を持ってるんだ。死者が歩いてればメガネをつけていても異常だって気がつくし。
I'd like to argue that here at school it's pretty obvious when something's a little amiss.
わかったわ。
Though I would really like it if he would take his glasses off in front of the new teacher because I don't trust her still. I still don't.
四季がそう言うんならここに異常はないかもしれない。
ないかもしれないじゃなくてないんだって実際。
Arcuied doesn't look convinced.
やば、昼休みになっちゃったか。
Uh-oh. Now that students will start wandering around outside, our hiding spot behind the gym just got a lot less secure.
とにかくこれ以上ここにいられると騒ぎになる。ちゃんと約束は守るから、お前は早く帰って体を休めておくこと。今日の夜にも敵とやらに出会うかもしれないんだから。
ふん。なんだか私を追い出したいみたいな口ぶりね、四季。
It's
そ
not
んなに
that.
ここにいられると迷惑？
Like, don't get me wrong, I want more scenes with you.
迷惑じゃないけど、いろいろ頭が痛いんだよ。気に入ったならまた都合のいい時に案内してやるから、今は早く外に出てくれ。
I push Arcuied from the back. Uh-oh. Arcuied makes to leave, though it does seem like there's a word or two that she'd still like to say. The tension finally drains from my body as I sigh. I should go eat something to build up some energy for tonight. Huh? Did I just hear a sound from behind the bicycle rack? I casually walk to the shadowy section at the back. What do we see? There's no one here. It was probably just a stray cat or something. That's suspicious. Just a little bit. What the fuck was that supposed to be? Okay. Fuck me, I guess. I find Arihiko in the classroom after I get back from lunch. He wasn't here in the morning, so I'm guessing that he just came to eat. This guy has a really weird schedule going on in his life. But who am I to judge? Arihiko's got no shame, even when he comes unfashionably late, yeah. If rumors of Arcuied had spread through the school, then this guy would have definitely given me hell. I'm lucky that Arcuied actually went home.
なんすかその冷め切った目。かわいそうだけど、サイン券抜かれたら1枚10円で売られる CD なんだな。みたい。
そうか、悪かった。ちょっと一悶着あって疲れててさ、つい本音を隠しきれなかった。次から気をつけるよ。
マジっすか？でも隠すべきは今の発言の方ですよ。
Ariko shatters away as he walks over to his desk, and right past it toward the class's rear exit. This guy is actually gonna eat lunch and then dip? Again,
じゃあ今日も一日ご苦労さん。俺はネット越しにたくさんの仲間とちょっと世界を救ってくるわ。
Yeah, that's great and all, but like, what is your goddamn schedule in life, man? Ariko heads for the door with a grin. Before he leaves...
なあ、北口駅前が物騒だって前に言ってたけど、それ以外にヤバめなところって言えばどこだ？
I throw out the question on a whim.
なんだい突然に。北口デパート並みにヤバめなスポットなんてそうそうねえぞ。強いて言うならあれか？串塚の廃病院じゃねえか？2年前までヤンキーどもの集会場になってたものの、今じゃ誰も寄りつかなくなったっていう。
串塚って二駅隣のか。でも廃墟が物騒なのは当然というか。
いやだからさ、誰もいなくなったんだよ。ある日を境にぱったりと、そのヤンキーどもの姿がな。
Okay, that's
30人近い行方不明者ってことで、今でも捜索願いが出されてる。
I would argue that's a bit significant there.
ま、こっちは階段レベルの話で、北口みたいな暴力沙汰じゃねえけどな。今じゃ不老者も住み着かない行政の不良債権みたいな場所だよ。
Well, good information nonetheless. So we have something to, go off of as we get back to the hunt tonight. Our homeroom class is having a surprisingly difficult time deciding what to do for the school festival next month. Turns out that the girls and boys are split, so we decide to delay our decision to next week. After school activities are canceled, and all students are leaving early.
さて。
There's no point spacing out in the classroom. What should I do? We can go check out that abandoned hospital, or we can prepare for tonight. Honestly, I don't think we should go alone, I think that's something that we should have Arcuied with us for. I think if we were to go alone, we might be getting ourselves in some deep shit. Yeah, let's head back. Arihiko's story piqued my interest, but ultimately, we're talking about a dump 2 whole stations away from Soya. Doubtful it has anything to do with the vampire that's terrorizing our town. I mean, it could, but I don't think we should go check it out alone, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not exactly in the best shape either, so I'll just head back to the mansion and wait until night falls. I hope I'm not missing out on anything juicy by avoiding that, but I mean, come on. We got to think about our safety here. Or at least that's what I'm trying to do. I arrive back at the mansion. The sun still hasn't set, which means Akiha likely isn't home yet.
Akiha, 今朝から怒ったままだろうな。
Oh, 100%. This would be far from the first time that I've pissed her off, of course. I've been nothing but trouble since I came back. I'd like to tell her what's going on, but there's no way she would believe this vampire stuff. Guess there's nothing left except to keep playing the part of the good-for-nothing brother. I'm
お
home.
帰りなさいませ、四季様。
ただいま翡翠。わざわざ出迎えてくれてありがとう。秋葉はまだ帰ってきてない。
はい。今夜は特別遅くなるとのことですので、ご夕食は四季様をお一人で済ませるようことづかっております。
Probably for the best. Huh. I wanted to at least give some kind of excuse for before. I'll just head back to my room and rest then.
四季様。
何？翡翠。
Hisui casts a fleeting glance over the lobby before continuing.
つかぬことをお伺いしますが、四季様は今夜もお出かけになるのでしょうか？
Oh, you know it. Hisui looks me straight in the eye. She's seen right through my plan. though that doesn't surprise me. Hisui already knows that I've been leaving my room at night, and it's only natural for her to assume that I would do it again. The problem now is, how do I respond to this question? As a servant, she wants to know what time I'll be home, but telling her is the same as telling Akiha. My response needs to be well thought out. I'll tell her the truth, or lie to her. No, I don't know. I mean, I think honesty really needs to be in play here. I want to be truthful about the matter, but obviously that could get us in hot water. More than likely it will, but whatever, fuck it. Honesty is my middle name. I'll tell her the truth. Even if I lied, I wouldn't be able to keep the truth from Hisui or Kohaku for long, so I may as well let her know that I'll be out tonight.
ああ、実はこれから何日か夜は出かけることになる。でも誓って悪い遊びをしているわけじゃない。秋葉には嫌われる一方だろうけど、途中でやめることはできないんだ。
That's right. There's a dangerous, mysterious vampire terrorizing our city, and Arcuied is the only one who can do something about it. Above all, Soya is my home. I can't just ignore what's going on.
翡翠にも迷惑をかけるけど、しばらくは見過ごしてくれると助かる。0時になったら帰ってくるから、玄関の鍵だけ開けておいてほしい。
私たちに理由は話せない。
そうだ。ごめんな、翡翠。だらしないやつだと思って、今は何も聞かないでほしい。
いえ、四季様は私の主人です。
Yeah, but there's gotta be like a sense of understanding on both sides, I'm sure.
主人をだらしない方と蔑む使用人はおりません。
I mean, you're allowed to, but, you know. Hisui speaks dispassionately, her face is blank as ever. That's all there is to that, I guess. I nod my head to Hisui and start up the lobby stairs.
お待ちください。
I pause. Hisui calls out to me, her muted voice like never before.
その差し出がましいことなのですが。
Hisui clenches her hands as she looks over towards me. It's such a... She looks, you know, worried, concerned.
四季様さえよろしければ、夜に出かけることを。
That would be,
お託しすることができます。
that'd be pretty baller of you, actually.
それって、口裏を合わせてくれるってこと？
はい。夕食後、秋葉様をお部屋からお出になることは稀です。就寝前の見回りは私と姉さんがしておりますから。
いや、そりゃ助かる。助かるけど、いいのか？秋葉は2人の雇い主じゃないか。
私の主人は四季様だと申し上げたはずですが。
Oh, Hisui is so cool. Honestly, both sisters are. I don't know about this, but I'm suddenly very happy that I decided to tell her the truth. See, honesty really does come through sometimes. Not only did she listen to my crappy reasoning, but she's even offering to aid me.
ありがとう、翡翠。そうしてくれるととても助かる。
それでは今夜からはこちらのカードキーを
Oh,
ご
she
利用
is
くだ
so
さい。
baller. She is so cool.
秋葉様の言いつけで屋敷の正門の暗証を変えたのです。こちらのカードキーでしたら深夜でも正門の鍵は外れます。
お、さすが秋葉。対応早いな。
And ruthless. That was close. If I had left without saying anything, I might not have been able to get back in.
私からの提案は以上です。夜の外出をお止めはいたしませんが、どうか怪我のないようお気をつけて。
Hisui bids me farewell with a bow. And that activated my SIRA in my phone again. God damn it, man. I just got help from an unexpected source. Now I can leave the mansion without worrying Akiha. You know, I do have to say, I want to say that Hisui and Kohaku, they know something, right? They have to know something. They found Shiki in such a concerning state like twice now. The first time being like, okay, he's absolutely covered in blood. Like, he has to be covered in blood, right? There's no way that could have been anything else. There's no way he could have covered that up or replaced what he was covered in with anything else. So, there's that. And then there's just, him getting plopped on the front door whenever we got done fighting Vlov. I feel like they know something, but they're turning the biggest of blind eyes, like 100%. I return to my room after eating dinner by myself. It's almost 10 o'clock.
よし。行くか。
I pocket my knife and slip out of my room as quietly as possible. Watch Akiha find us somehow. But nope, we're okay. Alright, to the park. That is our meetup spot, right? That hasn't changed? No one crosses my path along the way, even the park is empty. People must really be afraid of the serial killer, excuse me. There she is. Standing there alone is the woman in white.
Shiki!
Oh,
I don't know why, but she starts yelling the second she sees me.
なんだよ。もしかして時間間違えたか？
そう。もう何時だと思ってるのよ。約束の時間を10分も過ぎちゃってるじゃない。
Oh, you fucked up, man. 10 minutes. I couldn't have been here at 10 even if I had sprinted from the mansion. Though I guess Arcuied was here right on time.
ああ、悪かったよ。こっちもなんとか10時に合わせたかったんだけど、こっそり出かけるのに思いのほか手間取ったんだ。お前が携帯を持ってたら。
As convenient as it would have been to message her, the sheer absurdity of texting with a vampire pulls me back to reality.
いや、なんでもない。次からはちゃんと時間を厳守する。今回は多めに見てくれ。
もう、これから殺し合いに行くのに全然自覚がないみたいね、あなたは。
She puffs up her cheeks in anger. She's not in a good mood. I wonder if it's because she got here early.
なあ、アルクエイド。何時からここで待ってたんだ？
私は起きてからすぐここに来たから、やってきたのは7時ぐらいかな。
Oh, she's been waiting for a while.
7時って、じゃあ3時間以上も待ってたのか？
What was she thinking coming so early when we agreed on 10?
うん。なんかおかしいみたい。
Yeah,
私。
yeah, there definitely is. We don't have to question that one. Arcuied mumbles as if she's a little surprised about it herself.
まあ、遅れた俺も悪いけど、そっちにだって問題はあるぞ。約束の時間より前に来て、勝手に待たれても困る。
それとこれとは別問題でしょ。式が遅れたってことは変わらないんだから。
それはそうだけど、しかし、なんだって3時間も待ってたんだ。間違えてきたにしろ、それだけあれば部屋に戻っていてもよかったじゃないか。
そんなの私にだってわからないわ。なんとなく楽しいし、このまま式を待っていてもいいかなって思ってたらいつの間にか10時になってただけなんだから。
楽しかったって、なんで？
さあ、自分にだってわからないって言ったでしょ。式に殺されたせいかしらね。私、体のどこかが壊れて治ってないみたい。
Yeah, sure, that's what it is.
自分でおかしいって思うんだけど、体のどこがどうしておかしいのか点でわからないんだもの。
I'm not sure how to respond. I can't do much except apologize. I was the one who cut her up into 17 pieces, so if something isn't right with her, it's probably entirely my fault.
まあいいわ。時間もなくなっちゃったし、無駄話をしている暇なんてないものね。
ああ、そう言ってもらえると実に助かる。
でも、次も遅れるようなことになったら、その時は直接家に迎えに行くわ。約束を守れないのは式の方なんだから、文句はないでしょ。
それはダメ。約束はちゃんと守る。守りますよ、そりゃ。けど、不測の事態はいつでも起きるだろう。時間に遅れるなんてのはその最たるものじゃないか。なんで間違っても二度とうちには来ないように。ただでさえ秋葉に誤解されたままなんだ。これ以上引っかき回されたらマジで部屋を犬小屋にされかねない。
ふん。秋葉って式に全然似てない妹さんのこと？
What a weird thing to point out.
似てないは余計だけど、そうだよ。
そうなんだ。 四季はそんなに妹さんが怖いの？
あのな、どこの世界に妹を怖がる。
Afraid of his own little sister. I think the words, but choose to bite my tongue. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of Akiha, but I do find it difficult to interact with her.
単に妹には余計な心配をさせたくないだけだよ。昔からあいつには迷惑をかけてきたから。できるだけこのまま何も知らないままでいてほしい。
Any of his or any of this?
なるほど。あの妹さんには優しいのね、四季は。
基本的に俺は誰にでも優しくしているよ。
Well,
最近になって例外が一人できちまっただけで。
それって私のこと
わかんないやつだな。今の褒めたんじゃなくて悪口ってやつな。
だ。そうなの？でも私は四季の例外ってことでしょ？私ね、そういうの嫌いじゃないんだ。
whatever makes you happy. Arcuied is still smiling. It's a carefree smile, like that of a child. My body feels weirdly hot. My temperature must have gone up. She's going to overwhelm me completely if I don't take my eyes off her, so I make a show of turning my head away.
本題に入ろう、アルクエイド。昨日と同じように吸血鬼探しをするんだろ
と、そうだったわね。今夜はメガネは外さなくていいから、私の後についてきて。
Does she have a lead? What does she have in mind here? Well, tonight's hunt begins. We wander the Dark City. Arcuied seems to have a place in mind, but because she hasn't shared anything, it almost feels like a midnight stroll.
今夜はピンポイントで見てもらうわ。まずは騒がしい方ね。
She leads us into the commercial district near the station. I thought she said we could keep the glasses on. We traverse the sleepless city, rich and vibrant even past 10. It's a veritable exhibition of modern culture, a buffet of light and sound. The white shadow, unchanged after untold centuries, makes her way through the city that's painted anew seemingly every few months. Untold centuries might be an overstatement. The phrase only came to mind because I've heard that vampires are immortal and long-lived.
四季、あのビルを見て。6階建ての細い方。入っていく人間たちに線は見える？
普通だな。死者は出入りしてない。
外れね。次に行きましょう。はい、メガネかけて。先は長いんだから、あんまり無理しないように。
Okay, it's on and off, okay. Trying to retain some stamina here. Like she mentioned this afternoon, Arcuied has a good idea of where the zombies patrol. She wants to check out 6 places. The first 2 were a bust, but the third spot, a building with rentable offices, paid off. One of the security guards entering an unused office was an absolute cluster of lines. Arcuied understood just from the look on my face. She had me wait in the hall while she entered the room, exiting casually just a minute later.
ごめんなさい。ここも外れ。低級の式だった。この辺りは昨日借り尽くしたから完全に警戒されたわね。
Arcuied shrugs. She hides it well, but I sense that she feels discouraged.
何よ、ニヤニヤして。私の失敗が楽しいの？
いや、違うよ。いつも気楽なお前でも気を落とすことがあるんだなって。
それどういう意味？私だって人並みに壊したり潰したりしますよーだ。
Oh, trust us, we know. I wish she'd phrased that as happy and sad, but that's just too tall an order for this vampire princess. We sneak out the building and make for our next destination. It's just before midnight. We see fewer pedestrians and the neon lights begin to shut off one by one. Car taillights pass us by. Arcuied steps in time with them, as if to follow them home. We've now investigated 5 spots to no avail, which means we only have 1 chance left. We seem to be headed to a residential area. Arcuied doesn't say anything, but I get the idea that she was saving this one for last for a reason.
しかし、分かってはいたけどまだるっこしいな。足で調査するしかないなんて 前時代的にも程がある。
昔から吸血鬼退治は面倒なものだもの。町のどこかにある親元の棺を探し当てるんだから、そう簡単には終わらないわ。
そっか、ならいい。って、別に嫌がってるわけじゃないぞ。単にアルクエイドも大変だなって思っただけで。
私は別に大変じゃないよ。決められた作業だもの。手順を踏んでいけばきちんと終わるものだし。
All I can manage in response is a, huh. Arcuied is all business when it comes to hunting vampires. She'll do whatever it takes as long as it produces results. Just because she can leap 10 meters in the air doesn't mean she's itching to skip the legwork. Now that I think about it, it was the same when I first met her. She had fully integrated into human society during her search for vampires, even though she could have done what Vlov did if she had felt like it.
ってなんだよ。人の顔をジロジロ見て。ちゃんと前向いてないと転ぶぞ。
やっぱりこれって不思議なことよね。ねえ、四季は私といて平気なの？吸血鬼退治とか怖くないの？
はあ？
A baffled grunt escapes my throat. She's asking me, what the fuck? She's asking me this now? Am I okay being with her? I don't even have to think about it.
別に平気かどうかなんてただの襟好みだろ。
I mean, you guys already know my answer.
俺たちは利害が一致した協力関係なんだし。そりゃ吸血鬼は怖いけど、町のためなら我慢するさ。
Arcuied accepts my answer with a faint nod. The conversation stops there. We walk through the empty streets in silence. Well, are we going to come across anything? Place your bets now. We're far from the station now. These 2 hours haven't been very productive, but somehow it doesn't feel like we've wasted our time. Even if we didn't address the root of the problem, we've at least stopped it from getting worse for today. That must be the reason behind this strange sense of accomplishment.
でも気を使わなくていいのはいい。
I finally give voice to a feeling I'd never expressed.
四季？
だから気楽だってこと。俺はその根本的にろくでなしだからさ。
I feel truly at ease. Everything I see is broken. How I look at the world is polluted. I shouldn't be here. When I'm with her, it feels like the conclusions that I've come to these past 7 years begin to fade.
ねえねえ、それってつまり私が四季を楽しくさせてるってこと？
I mean, I would say yes.
逆。あのな、おっかない吸血鬼と一緒なんだぞ。災難極まってるだろ。気が楽っていうのはどう転んだって今以下にはならないってことだよ。
おっかないってどの辺が？
山ほどある。殺しても生き返ってひたすら追いかけてくるとか、3000度の高熱をあちちで済ますところとか、ガムテープとかビルの屋上まで駆け上がる
That
ところ
is still
とか、
crazy that she did that.
駅前をお釈迦にするところとか。
And you know what? That was actually pretty cool. And you gave everything you had to protect me and the town from Vlov's ice.
岩盤をちゃぶ台返しするところとか、人の体によくわかんないものを塗りつけたりとか、あと昼間に学校に来るところとか。
Yeah, we're not letting that one go.
はい、そこまでで結構です。四季の気持ちはよくわかりました。
いいのか？まだもうちょっとだけあるぞ。
Buddy, we have said enough here. Let's move on.
いいわよ、自覚あるから。ふんだ、どうせ私は吸血鬼ですものね。
I think she takes like a bit of an insult out of us kind of like, you know, separating her away from like everybody else. We pick her out. Arcuied picks up her pace, walking briskly ahead of me.
待てってば。お前が本気になったら追いつかないぞ、俺。
I follow her, half jogging. Turns out our 6th destination was just up ahead. Is it a residential area? I mean, we're in a neighborhood right now, so... There it is, in the middle of the neighborhood. A typical 4-story apartment complex, nothing out of the ordinary. There looks to be 4 apartments per floor. The lack of an S there, it's really throwing me off. With lights visible in most of their windows. The people who live here are still awake, spending their time as they please. But as someone looking in from the outside, there's no way of knowing whether that involves any shady business. I look at the lines. The strain it puts on my brain makes me nauseous. This place seems wrong. There's nothing unusual about the lines running across the building, but it feels somehow lifeless. There's something unnatural about the brightness emanating from the interior, or from the strangely concentrated lines of death scrawled across the woman just now entering the apartment complex.
そう。やっぱり当たりね。
Where are you getting these tips? Instead of going to the entrance of the apartment complex, Arcuied heads down the slope leading to the underground garage. The garage is guarded by a metal shutter.
普通のマンションだけど、ここなのか？ある。
ええ。このシャッター、人よけと消臭の結界がかかってる。あれはカメラかな？私の姿を捉えてるけど、中の死者たちにもう逃げる時間はない。昼間、私一人でやってきていたら逃げられていたでしょうけど。
Bending down, she places her hand under the shutter. Is she really going to pull the shutter up by...
シキ、このシャッター切れる？
そりゃ切れるけど、いいのか？
ええ、私よりシキが敵に。無理やり開けると警報が鳴るでしょ。
Oh, and we're not going to set off an alarm if we cut it up? Good point. Oh, I guess not. If the garage door itself is going to be in its, original position, just with some holes, then I guess it'll be okay. Arcuied is pretty good at keeping her cool under pressure.
シキはガレージの入り口にいて。ここが巣なら、中には10体近いアンデッドがいるはず。相手が1体だけならシキの方が強いけど、2体以上になると不利でしょうから。
別に俺はそこまで。まあいいか。わかった。切るぞ。
I cut along the line on the shutter. Nope, there's our hole. Metal meets concrete with a clatter. I peer into the pitch black through the opening I just cut. Do we see any lines? Oh, yeah, there's...
なんだこの匂い。
I mean, we got our regular lines on walls and shit, but no people yet. A foul stench hits my nostrils. The garage reeks of rotting meat and rancid blood. That's normal. Oh, that's not normal. Jesus Christ, those look actually pretty terrifying, I will say. I see several squirming clusters of lines within. The sound of the shutter being sliced open seems to have caught their attention. There are 22 of them. With this many undead, there's no doubt that their sire is here with them too.
アルクエイド、予想より数が多い。ここが根城なんだろう。ならやっぱり俺も。
ここは根城じゃないわ。ただの食堂よ。大丈夫。起きたばっかりの節なんて虫みたいなものだし。シキはそこで待ってて。すぐ片付けちゃうから。
Well, that's a little anticlimactic.
マジか。
My brain has difficulties just keeping up with the incomprehensible scene in front of me. Something so beautiful yet so grotesque. Like a figure skater performing in a graveyard full of decay. A throng of undead approaches their guest. She conducts a symphony of snapped bones with a single swing of her arm. A cacophony of fangs clattering to find their prey, the sound of splitting flesh, and somehow even within the mist of gore, a white shadow untouched by a single fleck of blood. It takes my breath away no matter how many times I see it. Of course, these corpses don't stand a chance against her. Their abilities are too mismatched, their viewpoints too dissimilar, their very existences reside in different dimensions. As if the word unparalleled was coined for her and her alone. To Arcuied, these vampires that exist only to drink blood must be no different from humans, their prey and nothing more. Another current of pain runs through my brain. That's what I get for going without my glasses for so long, but I can't put them back on yet. Arcuied may have said that she could take them all by herself, but there are still more than 10 of them left. It will take her less than a minute to deal with the rest of them at her current pace, but just in case Something's wrong. Arcuied's movements are slowing. She hasn't been injured. The zombies can't even get close to her in the first place. But even still... She's exhausted, though. Her face appears to distort with pain every enemy that she rends. Or with every enemy. All of them fall to her terrible onslaught. The next thing I know, there's only one left. This shouldn't require excessive force. A zombie of this caliber ought to perish in a single slash of her claws. And yet... Perhaps seeing the fight's end, the white silhouette pulverizes the humanoid, holding nothing back. Was that just too much for her? It's over. Standing center stage of the carnage is Arcuied, her breath still ragged. She finally loosens her shoulders. That idiot. I don't know what was going on in that head of hers, but she exhausted too much of her strength. She could have used a tenth of what she used just now and still finished things without breaking a sweat.
Arcuied.
I quietly call her name from the entrance.
あ、どう？見ててくれたしき。今夜はこれで終わりだし、あなたの前だし、いつもより張り切ってやっちゃった。
Was she just trying to show off, maybe?
お前な。
For Shiki's sake?
こんな物騒な張り切っちゃったとか初めて聞いたぞ。
I sigh. She really is a troublemaker. How am I supposed to respond to the idea that she just wanted to show off to me?
まあ、確かにちょっと見とれたのは事実だ。
I see that shit over there on the right. What the fuck is that? That looks like me on a Saturday night. The cheerful mood is cut short. I don't know what that's even supposed to mean. My thoughts cease. My mind blanks. Something strange and unspeakable draws my attention. When did it get here? Or rather, how long have I failed to see it? A panther appearing in a back alley? Flaming corpses? Dead things in the form of human beings? I've seen my share of abnormalities these past few days. I've experienced a lot of things for the first time. Yet those were all based in reality. They were variations of what I know, mere extensions of common sense. This thing is different. The air it exudes is too irregular, its classification too deviant. Its very existence is born of some indecent process. It belongs neither here in Soya nor in Arcuied's world. Well, it has lines, that's for sure. It's shaped like a person. Its stench is like that of the zombies. But humanoid as it is, it's discarded any claim as a Homo sapiens. I don't sense any respiratory functions. I can't see how it would react to light. Yet my instincts grasp that this beast is built to be a predator. While I've never seen anything like it, it does remind me of something I know. A spider, I was thinking the same too. You look at its like weird ass mouth and eyes. But then like the rest of it, maybe not so much. My mind is still frozen. I can't quite remember how to work my throat. The muscles in its abdomen flex and ripple. Yeah, little less of a spider, more and more now. The mass of bulging flesh isn't body fat, but many muscular arms. Strange fleshy tubes like writhing invertebrae. The moment I recognize it for what it is,
Arcuied!
I shout. Arcuied turns to look, sensing the aberration behind her. The monster's tentacle shoots out like a whip, cracking at the back of Arcuied's neck. It's quick, but not quick enough to catch Arcuied completely off guard. Arcuied's claws fly to meet the limb of flesh. The same claws that cut through the zombie's flesh as easily as scrap paper. But her rending claws are unable to sever the scourging tendril. Rather, the deflected whip keeps its inertia, brutally lashing across the woman's back. I hear a trigger fire at the back of my skull. This zombie is an aberration. That's one thing. Its skin is unusually resilient. That's another. The zombie is on a different level of repugnance, and that's yet another. But more than anything else, its second and third arm threaten to come down and end Arcuied's life. No way. That's stupid. She's stupid. If she hadn't pushed herself, she would never have gotten into this position. This is ridiculous. She's injured again, cornered, up against a wall. Her breathing is ragged. She's taking hits even I could avoid. Thank God I'm not wearing my glasses. You know, glasses in general are fine, but I probably would have broken them in anger if I was. The aberration leaves into the air, seemingly enjoying itself. A vulgar grin pulls at its lips, having found prey it wouldn't normally be able to hunt. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's mine. It's my fault. That's my job. I killed her. I brought her down. But she still forgave me. Trash like me who killed her for simple pleasure. And now? Don't touch her with those disgusting things. I cut. Without thought, without wasted movement, like an animal driven by pure instinct. Am I running? Is it chasing me? That's fine. There's no hesitation in my steps. A second strike from the beast, short and fast unlike the first. The equivalent of a jab in boxing, an action that maximizes speed with minimal movement. Not particularly powerful, but too fast for the eye to register, too fast to react to. But that's not an issue for me. If I can't dodge it, I can just cut through it. I pursue the figure in front of me, a crimson cluster of tightly packed lines of death. Without even thinking, I'm slashing a potent line. There goes its left leg, dead, despite how wary I'd been of it before. Now all I have left to fear is its bite, but I'm already close enough to reach. I stab the point thrumming just up to the right of its navel. And that's death, right? There are no death rows. The aberration simply collapses to the ground like a mechanical doll with its batteries removed. Damn, good shit, Shiki. Let's go. The real hero of this fight, or the night overall. I finally let out the breath that I'd been holding all this time. I'm surrounded by lumps of rotting flesh. The thing I killed is gone, vanished into ash. Considering the bodies of the zombies killed by Arcuied still remain, it seems that this one was indeed special. But I killed it. I snuffed the life of the aberration without faltering for a second. My mind still won't process things properly. This was pure violence. A mad rush without a single thought spared toward the lessons that Master taught me, an action fueled by the murderous rage that I've tried so hard to quell. Regret, remorse, hatred, despair, it will all return with a vengeance once I've calmed down. But I'm fine with that. I am. As long as Arcuied is safe. This is the first time. Just now I use my power to save someone, in full control of myself and with no hesitation. I look back. What is with these mistakes that I'm making, the game is making? I look back to find Arcuied breathing heavily, her shoulders trembling.
大丈夫か？アルクイド!
I'm at her side in an instant. She holds her heaving, goddamn, see what I mean? She holds her heaving chest like she's in pain, like a suffering animal that knows nothing but how to gasp for air.
バカ、油断しすぎだ。あんな考えなしで暴れるから。大丈夫か？体の傷開いちまったのか？
Probably. Her back is shivering. This is bad. For one, she's completely drenched in sweat. Worried that Arcuid's hurt herself, I lean in to take a good look and...
おい、
もう仕切ったらけだもの。今のすごい、ちょっとすごすぎると思う。
Now this is just cruel. Arcuid wasn't doubled over in pain. She was trying to hold back her laughter.
嘘泣きとか、お前人間社会に毒されすぎてないか？というかそうだよな。心配した俺がバカだった。頑丈なお前があれぐらいで痛がるはずないもんな。
あ、ひどい。痛いのは本当だったんだから。あとちょっと追い込まれていたら、誰かさんに切られたお腹がまた開いていたところよ。
Yeah. That's not fair. No matter what I say, I'm still to blame. So I accept my defeat in silence.
はいはい。わかりました。俺が悪うございましたとも。さっきのバカ笑いはどうあれ、お前が無事でよかったよ。
My mouth opens fire before I can help myself. And after I do, she's back to wearing that usual enigmatic grin.
なんだよ。まだ何かあるのか？
うん。それと、嘘泣きじゃないよ。嬉しいのも本当。だって、四季がすごく頼りになるんだもん。
My cheeks are burning. I turn away to try and counter the sudden ambush.
何？どうかした四季？
どうもしてない。ちょっと暑いんで。ほら。
What an excuse. That was genuinely terrible. Though for now, I can't bring myself to look at Arcuid. I bring my hands to my face to hide my burning cheeks, but it only serves to heat them more. What's with that look? And what is she thinking? As if being good at killing is something to be praised. Read the room, you're evil, a witch. And why the hell am I still happy about it? I need to calm down. Chill the fuck out. Yeah, for real, man.
よし、落ち着いた。で、これからどうしようか。ほら、ここが敵の本拠地じゃないにしても、中に入って手がかりを探すとか。
Or make sure we've killed everybody.
そうね。人が来る前に調べてもいいかも。棺の手がかりはないでしょうけど、他の食堂の場所が。
I can't do this. The throbbing in my chest won't calm down. My face is burning up. I'm growing more lightheaded by the second. Arcuid's voice feels like it's passing me by. But what am I supposed to do? Anyone would be smitten being told that with that kind of smile. The pain in my head, the heaviness in my arms and legs, it's all because of...
四季？ちょっと大丈夫？
Yeah, so much for dependable.
すごい熱。あの死者、そんなに見えにくい相手だったの？
いや、そんなことはなかったけど、お前、なんか、近くない？
I can barely move my head. I'm conscious, but my brain feels like it's stuffed with cotton, completely dulling my senses.
ここの調査はやめて休憩にしましょう。どうせ手がかりなんて残さないやつだし、今日は食堂を潰せただけで十分よ。これだけの働きありを失ったらしばらく活動はできないし、もう自分から外に出てくるしかなくなるわ。
She pulls me away by the arm. I nod vaguely, and we leave the garage and the sea of body parts within. Yeah, we'll leave all of that there for whoever is going to find all of that. It's all good. No worries. Alrighty, what a night. What an overall day. But yeah, we'll wrap it up on that note there. That was fun. That was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one, actually. But alrighty, thank you all for tuning into this one. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the antics between these two. You know, it might get a little old soon, but you know what? They're both fun, honestly. Their personalities kind of contrast quite a bit, but you know, that just leads to even more fun. Or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.